Hey everyone, welcome back to Native Speakers Channel. I'm Johnny, and I'm here with my friend Sarah today. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing great, Johnny. Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone.
So today, we have a really practical lesson for you. We're going to talk about something that everyone needs to do in their daily life, making appointments in English. Whether you're scheduling a doctor's visit, booking a business meeting, or even just arranging to meet a friend, knowing how to make appointments properly is super important. Sarah and I are going to show you different situations and teach you the best phrases and expressions to use. Are you ready, Sarah?
Absolutely. Let's dive right in.
All right. So, Sarah, let's start with a common situation. Imagine you need to see a doctor. How would you typically make that appointment?
Great question. Well, usually I'd call the doctor's office. Let me show you. Hello, I'd like to schedule an appointment with Dr. Martinez, please.
Perfect. Notice how Sarah used, "I'd like to schedule an appointment." That's a very polite and professional way to start. You could also say, "I need to make an appointment," or "I'd like to book an appointment." These are all great options.
Exactly. And then the receptionist would probably ask me something like, "What is this regarding?" or "What's the reason for your visit?"
Right. So how would you respond to that?
I'd say something like, "I've been having headaches lately and I'd like to get them checked out." Or, "I need a regular checkup." Or maybe, "I'm not feeling well and I think I might have the flu."
Those are all perfect responses. Now, here's something really important for our viewers to know. When you're making medical appointments, it's helpful to be specific about your symptoms or needs. This helps the office schedule the right amount of time for your visit.
That's such a good point. And then the receptionist would typically ask about your availability. They might say, "When would be convenient for you?" or "What days work best for you?"
And this is where you need to know how to talk about your schedule. Sarah, what would you say?
Well, I might say, "I'm available on weekday afternoons," or "I'm free anytime next week except Thursday," or "I'd prefer a morning appointment if possible."
Excellent. Notice how Sarah is being specific but also flexible. That's really important when making appointments. You want to give them options but also let them know your preferences.
Exactly. And then they might offer you specific times. For example, "We have an opening on Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. or Wednesday at 10 a.m."
So, how do you confirm one of those times?
I'd say, "Tuesday at 2:30 works perfectly for me," or "I'll take the Wednesday morning slot," or simply, "Wednesday at 10 is great, thank you."
Perfect. And here's a pro tip for everyone watching. Always repeat the date and time back to confirm. Sarah, show them how you'd do that.
Sure. So that's Tuesday, March 15th at 2:30 p.m., correct? Or just to confirm, that's Wednesday the 16th at 10 in the morning.
Exactly. This confirms that you both have the same information and helps prevent any mix-ups. Now, what if you already have an appointment, but you need to change it?
Oh, that's a really important scenario. Let me show you. "Hello? I have an appointment scheduled for tomorrow at 3 p.m., but I need to reschedule. Would it be possible to move it to a different day?"
Great. So the key phrase there is reschedule. You could also say, change my appointment or move my appointment to another time. Sarah, what are some reasons you might need to reschedule?
Well, you might say, "Something came up at work," or "I have a conflict with another appointment," or "I'm not feeling well enough to come in," or even, "I have a family emergency."
Those are all valid reasons. And here's something really important for our viewers to know. Most places appreciate as much notice as possible. If you can call a day or two before, that's much better than calling an hour before your appointment.
Absolutely. And you should always be polite when rescheduling. You might say, "I apologize for the inconvenience," or "I'm sorry for the short notice."
Great point. Now let's move on to business appointments. Sarah, imagine you're trying to set up a meeting with a client or colleague. How would that conversation go?
Business appointments are a bit more formal. I might write an email like this: Dear Mr. Johnson, I hope this email finds you well. I'd like to schedule a meeting with you to discuss the upcoming project. Would you be available sometime next week?
Excellent. Notice how Sarah started with a polite greeting and then clearly stated the purpose of the meeting. That's really important in business communication. You want the other person to know exactly why you're meeting.
Right. And in a business context, you might also say, I'd like to arrange a meeting to go over the quarterly results. Or, could we set up a time to review the proposal? Or even, I was hoping we could meet to discuss your feedback.
Those are all great examples. Now, what if the other person suggests a time that doesn't work for you?
Well, you need to be polite but clear. I might say, unfortunately, I have another commitment at that time. Would 3 p.m. work instead? Or, I'm afraid I'm not available then. Could we do Tuesday or Wednesday?
Perfect. You're being professional, but also offering alternatives. That's key. You don't just say no, you suggest other options.
Exactly. And here's another really useful phrase. Would it be possible to meet earlier in the day? Or is there any flexibility with the time?
Great. Now let's talk about confirming details for business meetings. What information do you need to confirm, Sarah?
Well, you need to confirm the date, time, location, and attendees. I might write, just to confirm, we're meeting on Friday, April 5th at 2 p.m. in Conference Room B. Will anyone else be joining us?
Excellent. And don't forget about virtual meetings. These days, a lot of meetings happen online. What would you say about those?
For virtual meetings, I'd say something like, I'll send you the Zoom link before our meeting, or we'll meet via Microsoft Teams. I'll send the meeting invitation to your email.
Perfect. And you might also want to mention, please let me know if you have any technical issues accessing the meeting.
That's a great addition. Now, Johnny, what about more casual appointments, like meeting friends or getting your hair done?
Good question. Let's start with a salon or spa appointment. Even though it's more casual than a business meeting, you still want to be polite and clear. You might call and say, "Hi, I'd like to book a haircut for sometime this week."
And they'd probably ask, do you have a preference for which stylist? Or is there a particular day or time that works best for you?
Right. And you might say, "I usually go to Amanda if she's available," or "Any stylist is fine," or "I'm flexible, whatever you have open."
And for these types of appointments, it's good to mention if you have any time constraints, like, I need to be done by 4 p.m. because I have another appointment, or I have about 2 hours available.
Exactly. That helps them schedule appropriately. Now, what about canceling an appointment? That's something everyone needs to know how to do properly.
Canceling can be tricky because you don't want to seem unreliable, but sometimes it's necessary. The key is to be apologetic and give as much notice as possible. You might say, I'm very sorry, but I need to cancel my appointment tomorrow. Something unexpected has come up.
And many places have cancellation policies, especially doctor's offices and salons. They might require 24 or 48 hours notice. Sarah, what would you say if you had to cancel at the last minute?
I'd be extra apologetic. I'm so sorry for the late notice, but I need to cancel my appointment today. I understand this is short notice, and I apologize for any inconvenience. Is there a cancellation fee?
That's really professional. You're acknowledging that you understand it's not ideal and you're asking about the policy. That shows respect for their time and business.
Exactly. And whenever you cancel, you should also try to reschedule right away if you still need the service. I do still need to come in. Would it be possible to reschedule for next week?
Great point. Now, let's talk about some common problems that can happen with appointments. Sarah, what if you arrive for your appointment and they tell you they don't have you in the system?
Oh, that's frustrating. I'd stay calm and polite and say, I made an appointment for 2 p.m. today. I spoke with someone on the phone last Tuesday. Then I'd check my phone and say, I have a confirmation email here. Would you like to see it?
Perfect. Always keep confirmation emails or write down confirmation numbers when you make appointments. That's your proof. What if you're running late for an appointment?
You should always call as soon as you know you'll be late. Hello, this is Sarah Chen. I have an appointment at 3 p.m., but I'm running about 15 minutes late due to traffic. Will I still be able to be seen?
Excellent. You're giving them a heads up and asking if they can still accommodate you. Some places have strict lateness policies, so it's better to call and ask than just show up late.
Right, and if they say they can't see you, you should apologize and ask to reschedule. I completely understand. I apologize for the inconvenience. Could we reschedule for another day?
Now, let's talk about some useful vocabulary and phrases related to appointments. Sarah, can you give us some keywords?
Sure, here are some important ones: schedule, book, arrange, confirm, reschedule, cancel, postpone, availability, time slot, opening.
Great. And here are some useful expressions. What times are available? Do you have anything earlier? I'd prefer a later time if possible. How long will the appointment take? Do I need to arrive early?
Oh, those are all really useful. And here are some phrases for when you're responding to appointment offers. That works for me. That's perfect. I can make that time. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available then.
Excellent. Now let's talk about professional email language for making appointments. This is really important for business situations.
Definitely. A professional appointment email should include a clear subject line, like meeting request or appointment request, project discussion. Then you'd start formally, Dear Miss Thompson, or Hello, Robert.
And the body of the email should be clear and concise. You might write, I hope this message finds you well. I would like to schedule a meeting with you to discuss the marketing campaign for next quarter. Would you be available for a 30-minute meeting sometime next week?
Perfect. And then you offer specific options. I'm available on Tuesday after 2 p.m. or anytime on Wednesday. What works best for your schedule?
And don't forget to close professionally. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to hearing from you. Best regards, Johnny Martinez.
Those are great examples. Now, what about when you're the one receiving an appointment request? How do you respond?
Good question. If the time works for you, you'd say, Thank you for reaching out. Tuesday at 2 p.m. works perfectly for me. I'll see you then.
And if you need to suggest a different time, thank you for your email. Unfortunately, I'm not available next week. Would the following week work for you? I'm free on Monday, April 10th, or Wednesday, April 12th.
Exactly. Always be prompt in responding to appointment requests. If someone asks for a meeting, try to reply within 24 hours, even if it's just to say you need to check your calendar and we'll get back to them.
That's such an important point. Now, let's talk about some cultural considerations when making appointments in English-speaking countries.
Great topic. In the United States, Canada, and the UK, being on time is very important. If your appointment is at 3 p.m., you should aim to arrive about 5 to 10 minutes early.
Right, and if you're going to be even 5 minutes late, it's polite to call or text. Americans and British people often value punctuality highly in professional settings.
Another cultural point, in business settings, it's common to schedule meetings well in advance, sometimes weeks or even months ahead. Last-minute meeting requests might be seen as disorganized.
That's true, and here's something interesting. In very formal business situations, you might hear people use military time, especially for evening appointments. So instead of 6 p.m., they might say 1800 hours.
Good point, although that's more common in certain industries like healthcare, government, or aviation. For most everyday appointments, we use regular 12-hour time with AM and PM.
Now, let's practice some complete dialogues so our viewers can hear how these conversations flow naturally. Johnny, let's do a doctor's office scenario.
Great idea. I'll be the receptionist, in receptionist voice. Good morning, Dr. Smith's office. How may I help you?
Good morning. I'd like to schedule an appointment with Dr. Smith. I've been experiencing some back pain and I'd like to get it checked out.
I'm sorry to hear that. How long have you been experiencing this pain? Do you need to be seen urgently?
It's been about a week now. It's not an emergency, but I'd like to see the doctor soon if possible.
I understand. Let me check our schedule. Dr. Smith has an opening tomorrow at 11 a.m. or on Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Which would work better for you?
Thursday at 3:30 would be perfect. That gives me time to arrange my schedule.
Wonderful. I have you down for Thursday, March 16th at 3:30 p.m. with Dr. Smith. Please arrive about 15 minutes early to complete any necessary paperwork. May I have your phone number in case we need to reach you?
Of course, it's 555-0147.
Thank you, Ms. Chen. You'll receive a confirmation text shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's everything. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We'll see you on Thursday. Have a great day.
That was a perfect example. Notice how we both confirmed the details, the date, time, and what to expect.
Exactly. Now let's do a business meeting scenario. Sarah, you reached out to me for a meeting. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Johnny. This is Sarah from the marketing department. I'd like to set up a meeting to discuss the social media strategy for the product launch. Do you have any availability next week?
Hi, Sarah. Sure, I'd be happy to meet. Let me check my calendar. I'm available Tuesday after 2 p.m. or any time on Wednesday. What works for you?
Wednesday would be ideal for me. How about 10 a.m.? We'll need about an hour for the discussion.
Wednesday at 10 a.m. for an hour. That's perfect. Should we meet in my office or would you prefer a conference room?
Let's book conference room A if it's available. I'll need to share some presentations.
Sounds good. I'll send out a calendar invitation with the room booking. Should anyone else join us?
Yes, if possible, could we include Tom from the design team? His input would be valuable.
Absolutely. I'll add him to the invitation. Is there anything you need me to prepare or review before the meeting?
If you could review the current social media metrics I sent last week, that would be helpful. We'll build on those insights.
Perfect. I'll review those tonight. Looking forward to our meeting on Wednesday.
Great. Thanks, Johnny. See you then.
Excellent. That was a very professional business appointment conversation. We confirmed the time, location, attendees, duration, and preparation needed.
Exactly. Those details are so important in business settings. Now, before we wrap up, let's give our viewers some final tips and common mistakes to avoid.
Great idea. First tip is always write down your appointment details immediately. Don't rely on memory. Put it in your phone calendar with a reminder.
Second tip, if you're unsure about anything, ask. It's better to ask, what's the address, or how long will this take, than to show up at the wrong place or run out of time.
Third tip, keep a record of confirmation numbers or emails. This is your proof if there's any confusion.
Fourth tip, be aware of time zones if you're scheduling international meetings or phone calls. Always confirm which time zone you're both using.
Great point. And here are some common mistakes to avoid. Don't just say, I'll come by sometime next week. That's too vague. Always set a specific date and time.
Another mistake, don't assume everyone uses the same date format. In the US, we write month, day, year, like 3/15/2024. But many other countries write day, month, year, 15/3/2024. When speaking, always say the month name to avoid confusion.
Excellent point. Also, avoid being too rigid. If someone can't meet at your preferred time, be willing to compromise and offer alternatives.
And never, ever ghost on an appointment. If you can't make it, always call or email to cancel. It's just respectful of people's time.
Absolutely. And our final tip is always say thank you. Whether you're making, confirming, or rescheduling an appointment, a simple thank you goes a long way.
These have been such practical tips. I hope everyone watching feels more confident about making appointments in English now.
Me too. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you use these phrases and expressions, the more natural they'll become. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn.
And if you found this lesson helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Native Speakers channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future lessons.
We'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Tell us, what type of appointment do you find most challenging to make in English? Medical appointments, business meetings, social plans? Let us know.
And if you have any questions about anything we covered today, drop them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer them.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Keep practicing your English, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone. Good luck with your appointments.
See you soon. Take care.